5 nights at Freddy's. The moon hung low in the cloudy night sky, as the dilapidated Freddy Fazbear's Pizza loomed in the distance. For years, the building had been nothing more than a haunting relic of the past, a place where memories of joy and laughter had long been replaced by fear and despair. But tonight, 5 lost souls were destined to awaken from their restless slumber, their tragic tale reaching its harrowing climax. Inside the abandoned pizzeria, the air was thick with dread. Cobwebs hung like sinister drapes, and the once colorful walls were now faded and peeling. The animatronic figures, once beloved by children, stood frozen in eerie stillness, as if waiting for something long overdue. It was precisely at midnight that the first ghostly apparition manifested. A young boy, no older than 7, materialized near the entrance. His translucent form flickered as he stared at the rusty sign above, which read, "Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, where fantasy comes to life." His name was Timmy, and he had been the first of the 5 children to disappear all those years ago. As Timmy wandered deeper into the darkness, a ghostly energy stirred within the pizzeria. One by one, the other 4 children emerged from the shadows. Their names were Jenny, Billy, Lisa, and Tommy, and they too had vanished without a trace. Together, they roamed the abandoned halls, their translucent forms casting eerie silhouettes on the crumbling walls. Their laughter, once innocent and carefree, now echoed with a haunting quality as they played hide-and-seek among the life-sized animatronics. The night had only just begun, and the ghost children knew that their journey was far from over. They had been trapped here for years, unable to move on, and they believed that something inside the pizzeria held the key to their salvation. Their spectral voices whispered to one another as they searched for clues, their memories from their final night alive piecing together the puzzle of their tragic fate. They recalled the bright lights and the festive atmosphere as they celebrated Lisa's birthday in the pizzeria's party room. But their joy had turned to terror when they ventured into the hidden Tommy had dared Billy to climb into one of the animatronic suits, the creepy one known as Spring Bonnie. Lisa and Jenny had giggled nervously as the boys played, unaware of the terrible consequences their actions would bring. In the dimly lit backstage room, the moment of horror had arrived. The heavy mechanical spring locks within the suit's interior malfunctioned, snapping shut with brutal force. Tommy's screams of agony pierced the air as the springs crushed his young body. The other children had watched in helpless terror as their friend died a gruesome death. Panic and guilt consumed them, and they tried to escape, but the malevolent spirit controlling the animatronic suits had other plans. One by one, the 4 remaining children were lured into the suits by the vengeful spirit, their innocence forever lost as the cold metal and unforgiving spring locks claimed their lives. Now, as their ghostly forms explored the pizzeria, they knew that they were not alone. The vengeful spirit that had trapped them here still lingered, its presence growing stronger as the night progressed. The ghost children ventured deeper into the darkness, their translucent footsteps echoing ominously on the grimy tile floors. They had to find a way to confront the malevolent spirit, to put an end to the curse that bound them to this wretched place. As they searched, they encountered the animatronics, Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie the Bunny, and Chica the Chicken, still standing in their original spots, their eyes dull and lifeless. But tonight, something was different. The animatronics began to move, their mechanical joints creaking and groaning as they lurched forward. The ghost children watched in terror as Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica drew closer, their dead eyes now gleaming with an unnatural malevolence. In the dim light, the animatronics' movements were jerky and unnatural, as if controlled by a sinister force. The ghost children realized that the malevolent spirit had possessed the animatronics, and their only chance at freedom lay in confronting this entity. With a shared sense of determination, The malevolent spirit, sensing their presence, was drawn to their disturbance. It abandoned its hold on the animatronics and manifested as a shadowy figure in the center of the room. Its form was indistinct, a swirling vortex of darkness and malevolence. As the spirit drew nearer, the ghost children felt a wave of cold dread wash over them. They knew they had to confront this entity to finally put an end to their torment. With a collective effort, the ghost children focused their spectral energy, their forms glowing with an ethereal light. They charged toward the malevolent spirit, their voices raised in defiance. The room erupted in a supernatural battle, the very essence of the pizzeria itself shaking with the intensity of their struggle. The malevolent spirit fought back with all its dark power, but the determination of the ghost children was unyielding. In the end, it was the spirit of the children's innocence, their love for one another, and the memories of their final moments that prevailed. With a blinding burst of light, the malevolent spirit was banished, its malevolence dissipating into the void. As the pizzeria fell silent once more, the ghost children knew that they had finally found peace. Their translucent forms glowed with a radiant light, and they felt a sense of closure they had longed for since that fateful night. Hand in hand, they ascended toward the ceiling, their spirits becoming one with the ethereal energy of the pizzeria. Their laughter, no longer haunted, echoed softly through the empty halls as they departed this world, finally free from the curse that had bound them for so long. Outside, the first rays of dawn began to pierce the night sky, casting a hopeful light upon the abandoned Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The malevolent spirit was gone, and the ghost children had found the peace they so desperately sought. The pizzeria, once a place of joy and laughter, had become a symbol of tragedy and horror. But now, with the curse lifted, it stood empty and silent, a reminder of the past and the darkness that had once consumed it. As the sun rose, the pizzeria's neon sign flickered to life once. The legend of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza would live on, but it was no longer a tale of fear and despair. It was a story of redemption, of lost souls finding peace, and of the enduring bonds of friendship that could